Hi, I'm Mr. Horse. I've been postponing recording this video for quite a while now. And, the thing is, I think the reason is I really don't want to, do a long, uh, extensive introduction, or introductory video, to the following videos. But no matter what I think, how I think about it, uh, it's difficult not to do a lengthy introduction. So I think the best way is just to do it. So anyway, that's what I'm doing here. Well, there are four things you can do with music. Uh, Number one is you can create music. Number two, you can play music, perform music, play music. Number three, you can teach music. And number four, you can think about music. Those are the four things you can do with music. Now, in terms of just be honest with you, in terms of my relationship with music, the, honest the reality is the truth is I don't have the talent to create good music, so I don't create music. In terms of playing music, I try to play. It's been many years since I started playing the guitar here in Taiwan, Taipei, Taiwan, almost 40 years ago. And I try to play different things. I learn, different styles, and anyway, anything that I'm interested. But the thing is, you gotta be natural. I mean, to be good in terms of performing, playing. So, and I was born a very introverted, shy person, and very conscious about uh, speaking or doing anything in front of people. So that make it difficult for me to play, to be a natural, like a very natural player. So anyway, so that's about playing music. In terms of teaching, I'm an old-fashioned guy. Older man, older horse. And so I mean, I know a lot of people, a lot of teachers. They're always coming up with new ideas, exciting ideas, fun ideas. For teaching guitar, teaching. So it's difficult for me to compete. Well, with the new teachers. So people who have a lot of creative ideas. So you see, in three out of four areas of music, creating music, performing, playing music, teaching music. I mean, I'm just not, it's just not for me. That's my feeling. So it comes to the last, aspect or area of music, which is thinking about music. Now that kind of suit my personality, because I'm a person who like to think. I was very into math when I was young, and that's thinking, right? And then I got in later when I was older in college, I got interested in philosophy, and so that's thinking. So I found myself the last 10 years playing less and less in guitar, you know a lot less guitar playing, thinking more about guitar. So that's what I want to focus really this channel on, is thinking about how to play guitar, you know uh, and that really cover a lot of things, a lot of content. So that's what this channel is about. And I titled, the channel Music and Musical Ideas. Okay, so music and musical ideas. So ideas that are related to music. And so, that means that, that implies, there are ideas that are not related to music. Yes, that's true. So, after I finish all the videos I plan to do for this channel, music and musical ideas, I'm going to create a separate channel. That's, the title is going to be Music and Non-Musical Ideas. And there I'm going to talk about, ideas that is not directly related to music. Okay, so anyway, that's my plan. Now, in this channel, there will be 480 essential videos. Okay, now what I mean by essential, that is, I mean they are, it will be at least 480. I would definitely produce them, record them, and post them. But there might be some, a few here or there, non-essential videos, and but at least there will be 480. Now, among these 480 videos, now each video is going to be about one guitar exercise that I have created over the last 10 years, based on my thinking, thinking about, guitar playing. And so that's 230. There are 230 guitar exercise. And, I organize them into 5 different series. And, I'm going to, record those first. So each video, I will focus on one guitar exercise, and then that's going to be 230. Now, after all the guitar exercise that I have created or recorded, I'm going to go into 125 songs. And in my personal opinion, these are the best guitar songs, in English and Chinese, 2 languages. There are 95, English songs and 30 Chinese songs. Okay, and so, over the last 10 years, again, based on my reflection, my thinking, about guitar playing, I created my personal guitar arrangement, for these 125 guitar masterpieces. I call them, 95 guitar masterpieces, and 30, masterpieces, in Chinese, folk rock. So then I'm going to do a series of that. The first series is going to be just, the guitar demonstration. I'll let you listen to it, and I'm show you how to play it. That's just, the guitar accompaniment. Then the second series, the same 125 songs, I'm going to show you how do you put the guitar arrangement, guitar accompaniment, and the vocals together. And so it's, it has, the guitar and the singing. Okay, in addition to guitar, I was, since I was pretty young, I was a teenager, I was interested in singing. In fact, that's what brought me to guitar playing. It was because singing. I like to, I wanted to play certain songs, on guitar. And so I started, learning how to play guitar, in order to be able to do that, to accompany myself. So anyway, that is a total of 480 videos, and that's the content, as I explained. Later, okay, in a separate channel. Once I started, working on the non musical ideas. I mean, the first set of videos is going to be about the meaning of this songs. The meaning, the messages of the lyrics, and so that's going to be in the separate videos. Okay, separate channel. So anyway, that is basically the introduction of of this series of videos I'm going to do. So I mean, the thing is, when it comes to thinking about guitar, you know, I mean, there are really four major inspirations. Okay, on me, the four ideas, and so the first, you might be familiar with it. I mean, if you know the Music Man, which is it's a classic, a musical, right? Music Man. Now, the first time I encounter this idea about thinking about music, thinking about guitar, or thinking about piano when you're playing piano. I think the first inspiration came from the think method, that was proposed, promoted by Professor Hill, right? So anyway, so that was, you gotta think about it. You can just play it, right? Because before that, I had been playing, for 30 years, and really I was going nowhere. I learned something, and then I went on to something else. I found something else that interested me, so I learned that, and so I went on from one thing to the to others, and then you keep learning and forgetting, So you're always starting from kind of like the beginning. So so that was my experience. So then when I encountered this idea of think method, you got to think about it, not just playing it, right? Okay, so then I started thinking about it. But the problem is, if you use all your time thinking about music, you're not going anywhere either, right? So then later, when I was reading about Bruce Lee, Bruce Lee's philosophy of martial arts, the way of the intercepting fist. Now he said, this quote, so I encountered this quote. If you spend too much time thinking about something, you'll never get it done. Okay, so, hey, that makes sense, right? So if you spend all your time thinking about music and not playing at all, you're not going to make progress, right? You won't be able to learn it. So, yes, you do need to think. I mean, you need to spend some time. I think it's a balance, right? Balance, right? You should think about what you play, not just playing it, right? But if you if you spend all the time thinking about it, you're not going to be able to play it, right? So anyway, so then I learned that, that idea. Yes, okay, you got to do both, thinking and playing, okay? Like the big idea, the big idea and the main idea and the details, right? Relationship, you have to have a balance. Then the third idea came, really from the French philosopher Descartes. His most famous, quote is, "I think, therefore I am," right? About thinking again, right? Thinking. But, another quote, really made a strong impression on me. His other quote, he said, well, before you accept anything, you have to examine, you have to doubt. So this is the idea. You have to doubt everything. You can't take anything, for granted. Okay? You have to doubt it. Not until you thoroughly examine, analyze, not until then. Okay? I mean, if it's true, then it's true, right? But not until then, right? Okay, so that's what I did. I mean, I spent a lot of time at the beginning of this, this thinking period, 10 years ago. I spent a lot of time looking on. I mean, I pretty much checked every guitar transcription on the internet at that time, and so. And I realized, I mean, after a thorough investigation, I found all of them are not accurate. All the transcriptions, including the professional ones, okay, they're not accurate, right? So so one thing I did, I mean, one thing in addition to recording the notes I play. I mean, every note I play, I also think about the chords, the progression, the chords, okay, everything, from micro to macro, right? So so that's another benefit or result of my thinking. Okay, so anyway, that really makes a lot of sense to me. Help me. Clarify, my thinking. And the last influence or inspiration relating to thinking is Socrates. He said, "Know yourself," right? Know thyself. If you don't know yourself, you won't be able to know the world, right? Self-knowledge, knowledge. Okay, all knowledge comes from self-knowledge. Okay, Bruce Lee talked about that too. So anyway, so all this, things, all these ideas, these four, ideas, kind of they came together, and that was really the basis of my thinking about music. I mean, what are you gonna play? How are you gonna play it, right? I mean, guitar. I mean, there's so many, school and then so many, styles, right? There's so many transcriptions, I mean, exercise. I mean, what do you play, right? How do you play it, right? So I mean, that's a big question. So I mean, anyway, to me, I'm used to thinking. So it's a very important question, right? Now you can play it that way, right? 3/4, right? You can play, that way too, right? I mean, there's so many ways to play this old song. I mean. that concludes my intro to this channel. So again, you know, um, I will be doing 480 guitar videos, demonstration, demo, and so the next time I see you, I will be doing number one. Okay, so I mean, there are, again, I said there are 5 series of the guitar exercise, and with a total of 230 pieces. So the first series is going to be one, exercise one, right? 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and then when I finish the first 2.1, okay, and this guitar exercise really came out of some of the very difficult guitar arrangements that I have done. In order to be able to play effectively those songs, the guitar accompaniment for those songs, I develop this exercise. So I mean, this exercise, not only, but it doesn't only just help the specific music pieces. I mean, they really, they really work on their kind of foundational, I mean, they work on your fundamental playing, the development of your technique. So if you can play this exercise effectively, I mean, it's gonna help you, in every piece you play, you're gonna be playing. Okay, so I mean that's the purpose. It's not just okay, it's gonna help this piece, but now it's kind of it's not it's useless, for other pieces of music. No, so okay, so anyway, that is that, and I'll see you next time.